In many ways, Jackie Roosevelt Robinson was the beginning, but also the end. He was the beginning of change not only in baseball, but in American society. His breaking of the color barrier also signaled the end of the Negro Leagues. And a lot of people don't know that Jackie Robinson's illustrious professional baseball career began in Kansas City in 1945 with the Kansas City Monarchs. The question that is so commonly posed to me is, was he the best player in the Negro Leagues? And the answer is no. There were other Negro League veterans who were far superior baseball players to Jackie Robinson. And that is not to disparage Jackie Robinson, because he is one of the greatest athletes in American sports history. He was a four-sport star at UCLA. Baseball was his weakest sport, but Jackie Robinson was absolutely the right man to be the first. So he's college educated. He had served in the military. He was disciplined. He would become married to the beautiful Rachel Robinson. He was stable. You see, Jackie had what I like to refer to as the intangible that better prepared him to deal with the immense racial hatred that he would be confronted with, which is part of the reason why he was the chosen one to break Major League Baseball's color barrier.
Jackie Robinson steps in for the first time as a member of the Kansas City Monarchs. And the pitch. Bounced out to short, Murray. To first, and he beats it. And the first pitch misses for ball one. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-1. Kicks and fires. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. The 1-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Lifted in the air, right field. Smith settles under this one, and he makes the catch. And the inning is over. Line drive. They get the out on Robinson, and there's one down. One ripped. Could be extra bases. Sutton around third. He will score. It's 3-zip. Here's a speed threat, Jackie Robinson. That one clubbed out towards left center. That'll be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. Not stopping. He's going for three. Not in time. He's safe.
First pitch swing in, went up there with a plan to be aggressive. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock.
Ground ball up the middle. That's out number 3. Out. You know, Singy, Jackie was a tremendous athlete, but he wasn't the only one in his family. And first offering is fouled off.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Sutton aboard here at first with nobody out. Hard ground ball, base knock. Throw back in quickly First and second now with nobody out.
Certainly, in my own opinion, had it not been for World War II, I don't think Jackie Robinson gets invited to try out for the Monarchs. The Monarchs roster had been decimated by World War II. Buck O'Neill serving in the Navy. Hank Thompson, he's serving in the Army. Monarchs Hall of Fame outfielder Willard Brown is serving in the Army. So if the Monarchs have their full roster intact, Jackie Robinson never gets invited to try out. And how would history have been altered?
So digging in, Jackie Robinson. First pitch, and it just misses. You know, it's remarkable to think about how Jackie Robinson was taking stands against racism well before he ever entered professional baseball, especially during his time in the military. Adams makes the catch for the out. Then there's two away. Raymond back to work. Hard ground ball, base knock.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. First pitch fastball in a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely.
That one is absolutely belted. That ball's carrying. And that one's gone.
One time, Jackie refused to give up his seat on a military bus. You know, the Army had banned racial discrimination on their vehicles, but the driver ordered Jackie to move anyway. Jackie refused, and he was court-martialed for it, but he won the case and got an honorable discharge as a result.
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Calls it in, and there's one away.
Here's another story of Jackie in the Army. You know, some college football.
So up next, Jackie Robinson. Swing and a bouncer. Gordon. Now the throw to first on the run. They get the out on Robinson. That's out to center field. He's got it. Two away now.
You know, before Jackie was in the Army, he played semi-pro football as a running back for the Honolulu Bears in 1941. And he worked construction in Pearl Harbor as a day job during the week.
Tosses to first, and the leadoff hitter set down to open the seventh. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. Sanders rounds third, headed for the plate. The tag, and that's out number 3, inning over. Jackie Robinson, the next to hit. And here's a slow roller. Floyd on the run, sent it over to first. Beats him to the bag, and that means we're playing 12. So a runner at third, 2 men out. Now the number 2 hitter, Jackie Robinson. Lifted in the air, right center field. And that'll do it.
Jackie finished his football season.
Now here is Jackie Robinson. Ground ball left side, and it goes just foul. You know, it's remarkable to think about how Jackie Robinson was taking stands against racism well before he ever entered professional baseball, especially during his time in the military. Makes a nice running catch. 2 away.
One time, Jackie refused to give up his seat on a military bus. You know, the Army had banned racial discrimination on their vehicles, but the driver ordered Jackie to move anyway. Jackie refused, and he was court-martialed for it, but he won the case and got an honorable discharge as a result.
Ripped into right center. Base hit.
Here's another story of Jackie in the Army. You know, some college football teams refused to play the Army's Fort Riley team if Jackie and other black players participated. So Jackie refused to play for the team unless he could play in all the games. He really was never afraid to stand up for equality.
Hard hit left side. Zips it across. Third out, and that ends the frame. So digging in, Jackie Robinson. Down the left field line, should be extra bases. And that rolls into the corner. Runner from second crosses the plate. And now just a 2-run deficit.
Picks himself up at RBI. Loud contact.
Now here is Jackie Robinson.
Off the plate, ball 1.
The 1-0. Up the middle. And safe. He busted it down the line for that infield single. Raymond back to work. Line drive, base hit. Around first, digging for 2. They're still chasing it as he rounds second. And he's got a leadoff triple.
Jackie Robinson would make his Kansas City Monarch debut on May 6, 1945. He goes 1 for 4 with a run-scoring double and stole a base in the Monarchs' win over the Chicago American Giants. He's off and running. He would put together a stellar 1945 season with the Monarchs, one worthy of him being invited to play in the East-West All-Star Game. Of course, by the end of that 1945 season, Jackie had disappeared. He was plucked away by the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Jackie to the plate. He's been showing some good pop lately. Broken bat, and it's popped up. And makes the grab. That's out number 2. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. And it one-hops the wall. Around second now, going for 3. Throw cut off to third. He's in there.
Oh, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and lifted into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
Chris, before Jackie played a single game for the Monarchs, he actually had a tryout for the major leagues a few weeks earlier. Struck him out looking. This one high in the air to left center. McDonald going back. It one-hops off the wall. Should be extra bases. The run comes in to score from second. It's 5-1.
Jackie did not like his time in the Negro Leagues. And it wasn't because he didn't have great respect for the talent that was there in the Negro Leagues. Jackie Robinson hated the fact that he had to play in a Negro League. Jackie's mindset was that if I have the talent, I should be able to play in whatever league is available to me. And Jim Crow did not sit very well with Jackie Robinson. He was Los Angeles. He's California. So he wasn't accustomed to some of the things that the players in the Negro Leagues were having to endure. Long bus rides, going into towns where you weren't sure where you could get something to eat, or have a place to stay. So life in the Negro Leagues left a bit of a sour taste in Jackie Robinson's mouth.
And now the shortstop. And that's in there for strike one. Singing the life of a Negro Leagues player could be really hard. Jackie and the Monarchs once took a bus from Kansas City more than 24 hours east to Philadelphia, played a doubleheader the day they got there, and then left the next day. The 1-1 is fouled off.
He's bagging. Give me that pitch one more time. A hanging changeup just out in front.
Next one is off the plate. It's 2-2.
The life of a Negro League player was definitely tough just based on the travel, and then you factor in the discrimination they faced as well. Most restaurants and hotels wouldn't even let them in. Jackie said finding even a passable place to eat was a problem almost every day, and the players felt lucky if they could even get a plate of cold cuts.
And he's got himself a triple.
That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
First offering misses the mark. Because of the discrimination in America, a lot of Negro Leagues players preferred to play the Mexican League. A lot of them were all-time greats like Josh Gibson, Ray Dandridge, and Willie Wells. Glass pulls that one down, and that's the inning. That's to third. What a stop. Throw to first. Nicely done for the out. Line drive. That's a base hit. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. Here comes the runner. The relay to the plate. The tag, and that's out number 3, inning over. Jackie Robinson getting ready to hit. And it's fouled away.
Well, it's easy to forget sometimes just how good a player Jackie was, since it gets overshadowed by what he meant to the game and the country. But his 1 year with the Monarchs, he was the most valuable hitter in the league, and he led the team by hitting .375.
This to center field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 down.
That 1945 Kansas City team had Jackie, Satchel Paige, Double Duty Radcliffe, Hilton Smith, and Booker McDaniel. But somehow they only finished third in the Negro American League.
Up the middle. Dives, and he can't hang on. That leaves him without a throw, and the bases are now loaded. And stepping in is the speedy Jackie Robinson. Popped up right side. Out number 2. And first offering is fouled off. Next offering is in for a strike.
I don't like to say he wasted a pitch. I think that was a purpose pitch. Change the eye level, have him look up. Now go back exactly where you want to go.
That one the other way. Nice grab. towards center. Turner makes the play, and it's out number 3. Out towards left center. And that gets down into the gap. Robinson round second, heads for third. The relay in there safely.
Wastes no time there. Just a beautiful triple.
One down. Jackie Robinson, the next to hit. Lined, and that's a base hit.
Everything came together for him. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good.
Line drive, base hit.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Off the bat, it was headed for the gap all the way. And as a hitter, you love seeing those as you take your first couple of steps out of the box. You know you've got some real estate to run on. It's such a good feeling. Nice liner into the gap right there.
And the 1-0. Swing and a hard hit liner up the middle to base hit. And with the inning still alive, here comes the heart of the order.
In the Dodger half of the second, Jackie Robinson leads off.
Well, Jackie Robinson was a tremendously gifted athlete. He quickly adopted that style of play that was signature of Negro League baseball. Bold, brash, aggressive. And that's what he took with him over to Major League Baseball. And he was driving Major League pitchers crazy by stealing bases, and particularly his knack for stealing home. And of course, that was his nod to the Negro Leagues.
Sutton will hit next. Move to first. And he dives back in safely. The 2-1. Jackie's on the move again. Pitch misses inside. And Jackie swipes second.
What a thrill to see Jackie's speed right there.
Jackie Robinson walks out on that field on April 15, 1947, and I draw the parallel of Jackie Robinson's breaking of the color barrier to carrying the same euphoria that we saw as a nation when Neil Armstrong landed on the moon. And for black folks, Jackie Robinson's debut with the Brooklyn Dodgers, he became the first man to walk on the moon. 21 million black folks were counting on him and carrying the weight of an entire race, being thrust into a world where no one wanted you to be there. It was just a thing of beauty. It was electrifying, and it was exciting, and it was truly captivating.
An iconic moment in baseball history. Jackie Robinson's first at bat as a Brooklyn Dodger. Started to go after it. Now a look down to first. Didn't go. The 1-0. Ripped on a line. Murray makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
Well, Jackie's debut for the Dodgers is one of the most significant events of the 20th century, period. It was bigger than sports. It was a turning point in American history.
0-1.
Check swing. He went 0-1. Chris, for you, what does Jackie Robinson represent?
Well, I'd say perseverance and character, and not just on the field. Just such a tremendous human being. And for me, seeing how sports bring people together even today, you go back to what Jackie Robinson did. He really laid the groundwork for where we are now.
Swing and a ball popped up, and that's a fair ball. Robinson into second, and he's got a double. And now he's out trying to get back. The huge turn back.
We were counting on Jackie to succeed because his success was seen as advancement for a race of people who had been belittled for so long. That is an enormous amount of pressure for any one man to have to bear. In a game that is predicated on failure, he can't fail. Who knows how long it would have been before another black man would have gotten the opportunity to play in the major league. Somehow, Jackie Robinson summoned the will to perform at an incredible level. He earned the very first Rookie of the Year award, and he did so carrying the weight of an entire race of people on his shoulders.
One down, and now the first baseman, Jackie Robinson. And a rope into center field, base hit. So a man aboard now with one away. If Jackie hadn't been as great as he was on the field, it could have set back the cause by years. But he was so good that he won the first ever Rookie of the Year award while leading the National League in stolen bases. Fittingly enough, now the Rookie of the Year award is named after Jackie Robinson. Now the tag at second, and he's out, trying for two.
Here at the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, we make the bold assertion that Jackie Robinson's breaking of the color barrier wasn't just a part of the Civil Rights Movement. It was the beginning. This is 1947. This is before Brown versus the Board of Education. This is before Rosa Parks' refusal to move to the back of the bus. As my dear friend, the late great Buck O'Neill would so eloquently say, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was merely a sophomore at Morehouse College when Robinson signs his contract to play in the Brooklyn Dodgers organization. President Harry S. Truman would not integrate the armed forces until a year after Jackie. So for all intents and purposes, this is what started the ball of social progress rolling in our country. So for those of you who subscribe to the belief that one person cannot invoke change, you need to look no further than one Jackie Robinson.
Fans, opposing players, he talked about all the people who are going to be anti. He said we're going to have some people on our side, but we really are not going to have very many allies. We're going to have to do this thing simply by the box score.